Good evening, Mayor Cervoni, Town Council members, honored guests, committee members, and members of our community and surrounding towns. As a committee member and the coordinator of Wallingford Celebrates America 250, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our gathering to announce the opening of our plans for this historic event. Planning for Wallingford Celebrates America 250 has been ongoing since April of this year. Our all-volunteer committee has designed numerous family-friendly activities to engage our entire community in the celebration during the weekend of June 20 and 21, 2026. We are hoping for a fun-filled celebration to create lifelong memories for all who attend. I would like to thank the Yalesville Fife and Drum Corps, Tom Caneschi, and Wallingford Government Television, and the Second Company Governor's Foot Guard for being present to enhance our announcement tonight. I would now like to turn the program over to Bob Devaney, who is also a volunteer committee member, and then to Bob Beaumont. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. We will be doing the presentation of the colors by the Second Company Governor's Foot Guard. The Star Spangled Banner will be played by the Yalesville Fife and Drum Corps. And please also stay standing for the Pledge of our Allegiance. So at this point in time, Second Company, forward, march! I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order. Post.
Please be seated. Good evening, one and all, and welcome. Originally, I was going to be welcoming you from the Historical Society, but a little bit of weather got in the way. So, welcome to the Town Council chambers. Welcome to the kickoff for America 250. First thing I would like to do at this point, after that, is I would like to introduce the various members of the committee. The first one is Allison Cady from Choate Rosemary Hall. Allison, if you'd be kind enough to stand up and remain standing while I mention everyone. Bob Devaney, who is a member at large, who's hiding over in the corner now. Jerry Farrell Jr. from the Wallingford Historic Preservation Trust. Roz Gallagher, who is the committee coordinator and member at large. She's the one that herds all the cats together and does a very good job of it. And Roz, thank you. Sean Keogh from Wallingford Parks and Recreation Department. We have Tara Knapp, Gaylord Specialty Healthcare. She's our marketing director, and if you happen to have picked up one of the flyers that we have, that's a design artist, among many other things that she does for us. Liz Landau, Vice Chairman of the Wallingford Cultural Arts Alliance. Renee Miller, I don't believe from the Chamber of Commerce is here this evening, but the Chamber will be overseeing the parade for us during there. And I'm from the Wallingford Historical Society. So, ladies, gentlemen, if you'd be kind enough to sit, I will move on from here. Next order of business is I would like to invite Tara to come up, if you would please, madam. Tara will lead us in a ceremony that would have been slightly different had it been at the Historical Society. There will be a ringing of a bell, but there would have been a ringing of a town hall bell that was about 2,000 pounds. I was asked by one of my friends, well, why didn't you bring it up here? Of course, he was being as wise as I'm apt to be. In any event, Tara, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I am pleased to be able to list the 13 states. And as I read the name of each state, we will hear the bell ring for each one. I am going to be reading it in geographical order, starting in the north and working down south. All of us should know that Delaware was indeed the first state. So, you ready? All right, here we go. New Hampshire. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. I'm going to need a hearing test afterwards. Thank you. And we are about to enjoy a historic song from the Yalesville Fife and Drum Corps.
Thank you very much. For those of you who don't realize that, that is our state song. So appreciate it very much. You sounded great. I don't think I've ever heard it played on, by a fife and drum corps before, so I enjoyed it. A couple things here that I want to take care of before I really get into the order of the events. One of which, I wanted to mention who some of the committed sponsors are. Thus far, we've had BYK USA, the Wallingford Historical Society, Gaylord, and I believe we have the check for that one even. We have Choate Rosemary Hall, Massonicare, Connecticut Workmen's Comp Trust, as well as Ulbrich Stainless Steel. There are others that will be contributing to this. We're getting very close to what we had hoped at a minimum to have for a budget. So thank you one and all for the organizations that have supported us, and we look forward to doing our best to make sure that you get your money's worth. Moving on from that, order of events. This is something that's been, we've been working on this for a number of months now, and it's been interesting. I think it's much smaller than what we did for Wallingford 350 plus 2 a few years ago here, but I think it'll be done very well, and we've got a dedicated group that is working on this. First event will be January 1st of 2026. That'll be 12 noon, that'll be bell ringing. The kickoff of the new year and the nation's semi-quincentennial at the Wallingford Historical Society, 180 South Main Street, by ringing the 1-ton Old Town Hall bell in the spirit of 1776. In addition to that, we encourage that the churches, schools, civic organizations to ring bells that they have at the same time. In addition, we encourage our residents, young and older, to ring their bells from their front porch, even with their smartphones, which of course they couldn't have done a couple hundred years ago. But ring in the new year by letting freedom ring, just as our forebears after the signing of the Declaration of Independence did. We won't be doing it with fireworks on July 1st, but they did do it with fireworks also years back. Now we fast forward to when the celebration really gets underway for what Wallingford's America 250 group has put together. Saturday, June 20th, 2026, between 10 a.m. and noon, the Red, White, and U parade. Join our parade, whether it be as a participant or as part of the audience along the parade route. To quote our America 250 flyer, step into a world of red, white, and blue as Wallingford hosts a patriotic parade with floats adorned with an Americana flair created by our local businesses, nonprofits, community members, and talented student groups. An early feature in the parade will be the Kids' Bike Parade, in which children can decorate their bikes, and parents, big kids, can spruce up strollers and wagons and join in the fun. Stay tuned for updates and more details by checking our website at wallingford250.org. And please don't go away, because shortly after the end of the parade, we have Shop, Sip, and Stroll. Stroll through our open-air art show, featuring creative local artists and with their paintings, photography, etc. Shop, the sidewalk sale, as our local merchants line the streets with special deals and seasonal finds. Sip, well, that's dine and unwind is another way to put it, at one of our many Wallingford restaurants, pubs, and cafes. But wait, there is more that day, because between 6 and 9 p.m., we have American Dance Revolution. After a patriotic day of parades, art, food, and fun, continue celebrating at the Block Dance Under the Stars, uptown in Simpson Court. Dance the evening away with DJ Johnny Roz, spinning the feel-good tunes for all ages, from classic hits to the most current chart toppers. Bring your appetite, though, as our local restaurants and vendors will be serving great food and cold drinks. As noted in our flyer, this is more than a dance. It is a celebration of freedom, friendship, and fun in the heart of Wallingford. That, I'm sorry to say, ends day one. But we move on to Sunday, and that'll be starting at noontime. We will have porch beats and patriotic seats, Wallingford Porch Fest. Come out and enjoy the local bands and musicians from the stoops and shaded porches along Wallingford's original street, North and South Main Streets. There will be sounds for a variety of tastes, including country, rock, jazz, folk, and more, with each venue decked out in Americana decor. If you enjoyed Porch Fest 2024, we are sure you will enjoy this 2026 rendition. During that same time period, we'll also be having Red, White, and Hue, that's H-U-E, the WACA, or Wallingford Arts and Cultural Association Semi-Quincentennial Art Show. Held along the Porch Fest route, this open-air gallery will feature works of local artists, from paintings and photography to mixed media and sculpture. And while that's also going on, thanks to the good offices of Choate Rosemary Hall, we will have Family Day on the Choate campus. I believe in front of the Squire Stanley House, if I'm not mistaken, on Christian Street. That is that nice Dutch colonial that got moved back about 100 yards a number of years ago. Join us for a celebration with lots of family fun and a food truck festival with kid-friendly activities. Kids of all ages can enjoy an afternoon of face painting, a petting zoo, magical entertainers, and stilt walkers, coordinated by the Wallingford Parks and Recreation Department and the Wallingford Family YMCA. As noted, there will be food trucks and ice cream trucks on site to keep everybody happy and filled with high energy. As noted in the flyer, this is the perfect finale to our semi-quincentennial weekend packed with pride, joy, and community spirit. Bring the kids, bring your energy, and enjoy. Now, a couple things that technically are not on this schedule, but are occurring shortly thereafter is one comment I want to make is, why did we choose June 20th and June 21st, rather than trying to do this around July 4th? Well, for one, we figured that it would be easier to go ahead and get various groups for the parade if we did it at a time other than directly on July 4th, when everybody else and his brother is going to be trying to go ahead and do their celebrations. In addition to that, we wanted to keep away from Memorial Day because we didn't want to take away from our Memorial Day parade that honors our deceased veterans. So July 4th, the Historical Society will be doing its annual ringing of the Town Hall bell. There'll be a reading of the Declaration of Independence, as well as various other items that we'll be doing at 180 South Main Street. The last event that will be involved specifically with the Wallingford 250 organization will be the dedication of our Liberty Elm Tree. And you might say, well, what is that? Well, there is a nursery up in Walpole, New Hampshire, that is providing, at a cost, elm trees as much as 40 to 45 feet high. The Historical Society is looking to buy one. Matter of fact, I have placed that order. That will be delivered once the tree has become dormant, which will be either late September or sometime in October. It will be planted in Center Street Cemetery. Now, there are other towns that have done this in their historic cemeteries too. We figure in this case, it'll be able to be protected and well taken care of, as everything else in the cemetery is taken care of by Bob Devaney and company. The dedication for this, however, will be on Liberty Tree Day, August 14th of 2026. You might ask, what is Liberty Tree Day? Well, Liberty Tree Day goes back to 1765. After the Stamp Act was passed by the British Parliament in March of 1765, many of the colonists rose up and said, "No, we don't want to have to pay for to have a stamp put on every single legal document. And not just legal documents like loans, like mortgages, deeds, etc. It also included playing cards and newspapers. Without them, they were considered to be proper." Well, the citizens of Boston on August 14th of 1765 decided to hang the proposed stamp collector in effigy. That started a tradition that started as a rallying point throughout before and during the American Revolution. The British ended up chopping the tree down finally in 1776, I believe it was, along with the help of some loyalists. And there is some justification for the Historical Society to be involved with the tree here in Wallingford, because a little over 100 years ago, in the early 1920s, the Historical Society dedicated an elm tree on South Main Street, just north, on the northwest corner of our property, as being the Liberty Tree. That poor tree has since died of Dutch elm disease. But these trees, by the way, that we would be getting, or this tree that we would be getting, I should say, is Dutch elm resistant and hopefully will last for a good long time. So we will have the dedication on August 14th. Mr. Devaney will be in charge, has volunteered to be in charge of that. Of course, it's his/our cemetery. He's only been doing it for a half century. So in any event, that will end it up for the various things that we're doing. And with that in mind, I will then turn this over to a gentleman I think all of you might know, Mayor Vincent Cervoni.
Thank you, Bob. I'd like to start by thanking this tremendous group of volunteers who have taken this on. Your dedication has already shown by virtue of the plans you've made, and I look forward to the execution of the plans. This is the start of what will be a great year here in town. So I have a proclamation. Whereas the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the formation of the United States of America will occur on July 4th, 2026. And whereas Wallingford, founded in 1670, has contributed proudly and significantly to the history of our nation and our state for more than 355 years. And whereas in 2016, the United States Congress established by joint resolution the America 250 Commission to encourage observance of the 250 years of our nation's existence. And whereas Governor Lamont established Connecticut's Semi-Quincentennial Commission with Executive Order 22-02, and the Commission has determined its mission and purpose is to develop, encourage, and execute an inclusive celebration, commemoration, and observance of the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence through civic, cultural, and historical education events and programming. And whereas the Commission will enhance tourism, economic development, history and civic education, historic preservation, and outdoor recreation within the state. And whereas America 250 CT will engage Connecticut residents in all 169 municipalities through local 250th committees and affiliate organizations through its culmination in 2026. And whereas preserving, studying, and enjoying state history strengthens communities, builds pride, and forges bonds between Connecticut residents as we work together toward the goal of equality and recognition of the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And whereas it is appropriate that Wallingford engages fully with our past and looks toward a shared future. And whereas, as the mayor of Wallingford, I thus encourage its citizens to create and participate in programs that will commemorate the history of our town, our state, and our nation. And now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Vincent Cervoni, do hereby proclaim that Wallingford will fully engage in commemorative activities leading up to and through July 4th, 2026. And thank you to this committee for assuring us that that will happen. And at this point, we'll have another tune from the Yalesville Fife and Drum Corps. Thank you.
Thank you. I know you told me, but the name of that tune, The Road to Boston. The Road to Boston is a rather appropriate one to be played here in Wallingford, because in fact this was the original. Route 5 was part of the original Boston Post Road. The original Boston Post Road went from Route 1 between New York and New Haven, Route 5 between Wallingford, going through Wallingford, from New Haven to Springfield, and finally, effectively, Route 20 between Springfield and Boston. Matter of fact, the first mail delivery in this country came through Wallingford in the late January of 1673. So the road to Boston was totally appropriate. Priscilla, thank you for choosing it. Other than that, I would like to say thank you to all of you who've come. I look forward to seeing everybody certainly on June 20th and June 21st. Maybe I'll see some of you ringing, when we ring a bell on January 1st. But may you try to stay dry on the way home. And again, thank you. And I will turn this back over to Mr. Devaney.
So everyone, before we close tonight and retire the colors, there's a couple things here. The Second Company Governors Foot Guard has just celebrated its 250th anniversary this year. And like I echo Bob Beaumont's words, Benedict Arnold marched through this town on the way to Lexington in April of 1775. Secondly, I have never heard the Yalesville Fife and Drum Corps sound any better. You guys are awesome. So with that, Major Garcia, would you kindly prepare to retire the colors? Please, everyone, stand.